Hey there, you legends! It's day 15 of our road trip to Mongolia, and we've just arrived in Finland, and we are already at our first accommodation in Finland. We are a bit on a budget for these more expensive countries, so we've booked the cheapest place we could find on Airbnb, which was 36 euros for the night. But to our surprise, when we arrived, we were received by two older Russian ladies, two babushkas, and they said, yeah, you got the entire place. And that's not this place. No. We've got this entire place. Let me give you a tour. Alright, we have this lovely kitchen / living space. This is Finland. So obviously we have a sauna. So Finland, what can I tell you guys about Finland? It is the last Nordic country we are visiting, and from the Nordic countries it is a bit the odd one out. First of all, language-wise, their language is completely different and, let me say, weird compared to the other Scandinavian countries, their neighbors. The most Finnish thing there is the sauna. The Finnish are the country of the sauna. There are actually more saunas in Finland than there are cars. So if you ever see abroad advertised like, hey, we have a Swedish sauna, piss on it, it's fake. Finnish saunas are the real thing. You need Finnish saunas. On top of that, they have the most metal bands per capita in the world. And it is also the home of Santa Claus. In the north of Finland, in Lapland, that is where Santa Claus is from, that's where Santa Claus lives. And I know if you're from North America, you might think Santa Claus is from the North Pole. But if you're from North America, you also need to accept the fact that you're not that good in geography. Let's be honest, you have no idea where anything is. So now you know Santa Claus lives in Lapland. Alright, we just had a random stop at a little town fair, which reminded me of the little town fairs of rural France where I grew up, as in that they are very depressing. But now we're heading to Crazyland, which is literally the only attraction in this part of Finland. Are you excited about going to Crazyland, honey?
Ah, yay! Yes. I guess so.
It's probably gonna be very disappointing, but it's raining. It's gonna be raining for the next couple of days. It's gonna be raining while we're in Finland, basically. So, you know, we're making the best of it. Crazyland, yay! Clearly, Crazyland is an off the beaten path destination. This is the tiniest mini golf courts I've ever seen. It's mini golf. Why is Santa Claus with a rocket? Here in Finland, you sometimes see these huts in the middle of nowhere that look like they're either abandoned or a psychopath lives there, like a Unabomber kind of type. Well, for only 20 euros a night, we have rented one. And if you think the outside looks fantastic, wait till you see the inside. This is the living room / kitchen. Not that this works, but still, it's here. There's a refrigerator, that's something. There's a microwave, actually. This is quite modern.
I'm still trying to make sense of this place.
This is the bedroom, I guess. Oh, well, we have a chandelier. We have two chandeliers. This is quite fancy. Why is there a ladder? Oh, well, there's a ladder. It is still Finland, so we do have a sauna. Don't think it's been used recently. And also this is the chemical toilets, which is in the sauna, which if you use the sauna is gonna probably get very smelly. This looks like it's dead. We got woolly owl art. Oh well, it's €1 a night. So for me, this is my first time here in Finland, but Linda has been before.
Yes, I studied here for 5 months during my Erasmus at this beautiful, depressing campus.
And did you want to go back to Finland now?
Not really. I mean, it was a nice time. Mostly dark.
Oh yeah, you went in the winter. At least now this is better. It's still, the buildings are still depressing, but university student housing usually is depressing. So.
The trees are green, that's nice.
Last night, Linda checked me in this place, which is in the middle of nowhere, which I was pretty convinced that she was checking me into a rehab clinic. But apparently it's not anymore, at least. It used to be a rehabilitation clinic, the owner just told us, so it wasn't even that far off. But now we're moving on to Helsinki, our final stop in Finland, where I also have a show and where I'm staying with my friend Harri Soinila, a fellow comedian who's also helping organize the show. It is the Stand Up Helsinki. Gonna see some other friends in Helsinki as well, so it's gonna be nice to see some familiar faces. So let's go for the last ride in Finland.
Mr. Fedor from Holland.
But it's my first time here, first time in Finland. Actually came by car from Sweden, from the north. And I was looking forward to the drive because I know here in Finland, that's what I understood, your speeding fine depends on your income. I don't know if you have an idea how much a comedian makes, but my assumption is that they're giving me money if I speak. That was a really fun show, a proper show. Like the room was nicely set up, nice amount of audience, and Harri organized it all very well, and he did a great job emceeing, which makes a big difference. By the time I got on, I also had 2 opening acts. The crowd was warm, they were happy. Some of them were a bit too drunk though. It was a good show, but we had a few people in there, specifically one woman, I think she was from New Zealand, who had a bit too many tequila shots. So she was a bit too eager to get involved and sometimes whispering to the person next to her. But, you know, when you're drunk, you don't really whisper. You basically shout, pretending it's whispering.
You guys do know you're not very good at whispering.
No, definitely not.
So there was a bit awkward every now and then, but actually the one she was sitting with at the end of the show gave me a book, The Gospel of the Giant Spaghetti Monster, which is sincerely a book I'm really happy with. If you're not familiar with a giant spaghetti monster, just Google it, it's fun. I might place a link to a video below. But yeah, great show, a lot of fun, really nice to see Harri Soinila again. Also really nice to see our friend from Nepal. It was a friend from Nepal that came to see the show, and he really loved the bits about Nepal. It was really lovely to see him again after a few years, because I used to live in Nepal, for those who don't know. This is relevant context, sorry. So yeah, Finland was nice. It was good to end on a positive note. Next up is going to be Estonia. If you have any questions, things you want us to discuss, whatever, drop them in the comments. Of course, press that like button, because for every like, a hamster gets its wings. And subscribe, whatever. See you in Estonia, guys.